Good afternoon, everybody. Time for another BrickBucks update. Once again, my name is Jim, and this is where we talk about Lego investing and reselling. So some of you may be saying to yourself, Jim, what are you doing hanging outside Barnes & Noble? Well, I'm asking myself the same question, but here's the thing. This is usually the last place that I would like to go for retail arbitrage. I mean, I would rather go to Walmart the day after Christmas to do retail arbitrage and see all of the empty shelves. But I did so much spending during Q4 that Barnes & Noble sent me a bunch of gift card to use. So we're gonna go in and take a look and see what they have. Now, I want to warn you, it's been forever since I've been into Barnes & Noble, and I'm setting the bar very low. But I do have some gift cards, and I have my Barnes & Noble MasterCard, and I have my Barnes & Noble membership, so hopefully we could turn lemons into lemonade. Let's go inside. So to my surprise, the shelves at Barnes & Noble were not as full as they usually are when I visit, but that doesn't mean this visit is going to be a bust. In fact, I think it's going to be very productive. This is my first opportunity to catch a lot of the newer sets that I haven't seen in person before, and I can also check out what some of the seal codes reveal, which can be very useful. Let me tell you, I am loving this $20 Technic Monster truck. If you saw my video on new sets coming out in 2021, I was a little pessimistic, but I really like it. And I am always a sucker for Duplo sets with animals in it. Alright, I think it's time to get out of here. So just in case there's any viewers that ask the question in the comment section, I'm just going to go ahead and answer it now. Why are the seal codes important? Well, some or many of you may already know that the seal codes, which are these four characters right here, the 0 is the number of the last year that it was produced. So because there's a 0, it would be 2020. If you saw a 9, it would be 2019, and so on. Now, the 43 is what week that this was produced. So it was produced on the 43rd week of 2020, which would be somewhere around the end of October. Now, whenever I would go out and looking at Lego, I would religiously look at seal codes. Not so much now, but they still are useful. Barnes & Noble and the Lego store are really the only two places that I look for seal codes. And that's because that the Lego store, right? People go to the Lego store to buy Legos, of course. So if you see a set that has, let's say has a 9 because it was made in 2019, that set is not moving at all. Now, it's kind of the opposite at Barnes & Noble's. Let's say that you saw a 1 instead of a 0, and you saw maybe a 03 instead of a 43. You would know that this is a popular set at Barnes & Noble, and it's moving quickly, right? So it is very useful. Whenever I was purchasing the U.S. Capitals, I mean, I saw, let's say it was 2021 whenever I was purchasing U.S. Capitals, I saw seal codes with 2018 on it. I mean, these seal codes were like 2 years old at Barnes & Noble, so I knew they weren't moving, and that also told me that Barnes & Noble is a good place to source as many U.S. Capitals as I can. So the seal codes are useful, and they can benefit you when it comes to making an informed decision on purchasing some Lego sets. I want to talk to the small-time Lego resellers out there, okay? This was originally just supposed to be a Barnes & Noble run, but as I was doing the math, I said to myself, the return on investment is pretty good here. And I also did another run at another establishment earlier in the week. I thought I would just lump them all together. So, you folks can see, how you could score serious return on investments anytime you put cash into Lego. And it doesn't have to be a lot. You could do 500, you could do 1,000. This right here is, the recommended retail price, of course, and my total. So my total was $184. And these are all the sets I purchased. Now, nothing special, nothing, whatever. These were all sets that I have already owned. I was just adding to my quantity levels. But whenever you also include my Barnes & Noble membership, which I love, and the $100 Barnes & Noble gift cards that was sent to me, I only ended up spending $66.43. So I went from 184 and change down to 66 and change. That is a discount of 64%, which is not bad, especially if you're a new Lego investor and you're just new to reselling and investing altogether. Now, in column D, you'll see what all my target prices are. So, and I don't even want to say best case scenario because these target prices are pretty conservative. I only, times it by 125%, and that gave me a total of $416 and change, which, when you put it all together, comes out with a return on investment of 526 when you're talking about your original $66 and change that you put into it. So, I do think it was a successful Barnes & Noble trip. Now, the thing about it was, whenever I came home, I went to check out the mail, and I'm not joking, I received another letter from Barnes & Noble with more Barnes & Noble gift cards in it. So I'm going to have to do another run to Barnes & Noble in the near future. It'll probably be closer to spring. So lucky me, I get to go back to Barnes & Noble. Now, the other Lego run I did earlier in the week, this was from the Lego store. And, I only purchased 2 Hedwigs, my first Hedwigs that I purchased, and my first Mandalorian with Childs. I'm joking. I have a ton of Mandalorian with Childs, as everybody else I know. But I also got a Harry Potter Book of Monsters. I got a Year of the Ox. I also got a poly bag, but I'm not going to include that in it at all. But you could go ahead and add up those recommended retail prices, and I should be able very easily to turn $119 and change into $418, which has a return on investment of 248%, which is not bad. So, let's say hypothetically I was a small-time investor and I, only put in less than $200. That is great. And the thing about it is, the Barnes & Noble run was kind of a one-off, right? I don't see myself going back to Barnes & Noble for like another month or two. But the Lego store, man, I overheard the Lego employees saying that the Book of Monsters is promotion is over with, but they have so many, they're just going to keep on giving them out until they're done, right? And this is my first time getting the Book of Monsters. And, the Lego store is a place that I drive by at least twice a week, so I'm going to be there on Monday. I'm going to be there on Wednesday when the Lego store manager is not there. And I'm just going to keep on washing and repeating the same situation until they run out of GWPs. Your return on investment is just through the roof. I mean, it really, really has a lot of opportunity out there. So, and real quick, I just have at the bottom right of here, I have the total. I added them together. I spent a total of $186. I'm hoping to sell all of that for $834, which when you average them both together, that has a return on investment of 348%. So I'm very happy, and if you're a small-time investor, I hope you're happy with what I'm sharing with you, and you can be optimistic. That's it, my friends. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please, folks, like and subscribe. Once again, I'm Jim with BrickBucks.net. Always go out there and get it.